Howdy, Redesert Boy here. I just did a video here recently on EDC For Me, and remember, these are just my thoughts and opinions. I'm just a hobbyist and enthusiast. This is what works for me. So I'm sharing. You got to do your own research and figure out what works best for you. Talk to your own experts. You need to comply with all your local, state, and federal firearms laws for whatever you're doing. Carry, concealed carry, training, whatever is required. So you need to go ahead and do that. And little interruption there. So as you go ahead and think about that, as we talked about kind of the everyday carry, and I explained how I arrived at what I'm at now. What about when you need maybe a little extra firepower or a little extra capacity, and you want a more heavy duty platform, maybe what you call more the heavy duty one? And so we'll talk about that today. We've got 3 firearms here that work for me. Remember, I'm like 267 and 6'2", so I'm a bigger guy. They may not work for everybody, and they're also, some are more heavy than the other ones. So let's talk about them, do a little comparison. This Springfield Armory 1911 A1 Mil-Spec in stainless. This is a Beretta 92G Elite Landing Tactical, and this one here is a Sig Sauer SP 2022. These are both in 9mm 45 ACP, single action only. These are both double action onlys. Capacity for this one's about 7 or 8 rounds, depending on the magazine. Of course, you can get them up to 10 maybe, but you wouldn't want to carry it that way because of the magazine sticking out. More than likely, you may make that choice. I wouldn't, but it's me. For me, I wouldn't do that. Okay, 18 rounds, and this also has other size magazines because the 92 is a fairly common weapon like the 1911, and then the SP 2022, which is the more compact of the 3. It has a 15 round capacity, but you can get magazines up to 20 because they have one. Let's talk about these, and let's just check them safe real quick. This is no magazine in here, nothing in the chamber. Okay, let's do the Beretta. Beretta's holster is kind of tight. It's a little hard to get it out of there sometimes, which is a good thing, I guess. No magazine for this guy. Nothing in the chamber. We're going to decock it, put it back in the holster. And then the SP 2022. No magazine. It's also empty, and we'll decock it. So what kind of holsters do I have here? This is more like some of the, this is a Galco King Tuck. It has a kind of a setup like maybe some other manufacturers have, where you can tuck your shirt in with it. So I kind of like that. And this is a heavier gun. Let's talk about the weights. This one's 39 ounces. This one here, I think, is it's 34.8, but that's without the magazine in it. Remember, these are all without magazines in them. And then this one is 29 ounces. This is part polymer with metal slide and barrel. This one's more all steel. This one's mostly steel. So that becomes an issue. Think about it. This one here is fully 10 ounces heavier than this one over here. So that's significant, right? Go from 29 to 39 ounces. This one's somewhere in between. The other thing about them is the overall length. Overall length, along with increased sight radius, is generally going to give you more accuracy. This one here is 8.6 inches overall. This one's 8.4 inches overall. This one's 7.4 because it's a little bit more of a compact version. It says a 3.9 inch barrel, 4.7 inch barrel, and a 5-inch barrel. This one has 3-dot sights on it. This one has Spartan night sights, and this one has Sig Light night sights. So these two both have night sights. So you can see, as far as the overall height, they're all in about the same range of about 5.5 inches. This one's 5.5. This one's 5.4, and this one's, I think, 5.7. I think I said this one's single action only, and these are both double action, single action with a decocker only, no safety. This has a manual safety and a grip safety. So let's talk about it in context of things I was talking about before. Purpose, practicality. simplicity and shootability and comfort and concealability. So overall, certainly, if you're going to do it for EDC, probably there might be other guns you look at for EDC, but as I said, for more heavy-duty application, these are ones that fit the bill for me. You might find other selections that would be more appropriate for you. You know, maybe a Glock 17 or something like that. That's a little bit larger version of Glock. If you're going to use it, you know, mostly for EDC, you just ask yourself, what about capacity? Is having more firepower in the sense of a larger round with less rounds in a slimmer profile, a little bit slimmer? Well, some people tend to think of it as slimmer. It's the way it feels. With a single action trigger, which most people would probably regard in most cases as being a little more responsive or to when you're shooting. Is that more what you need, or do you need something that has more capacity and is more something that's more common, that has more magazines and things available to it? This is not as common of a gun. This is the most inexpensive one. This one is the most expensive one, and this one's in between. So you have to ask yourself, do you need one that's, you know, is having something that's hardy, that's like steel, really good for you? Is that what you want? This one does not have a rail. These both have rails, so you can put lights and other things on them. So that's a practicality part of it and the purpose of it. Simplicity, because this is a single action only. It's going to take you more training and more familiarity, not just to learn how to operate it as far as loading and unloading, but operating the manual safety, because these are DASAs, and it will also take training and familiarity and practice to become proficient with them in safe operation. All these guns you need to practice. That's very important. Make sure that you have ammo accessibility that's a good caliber for you and ones that you can afford. You're going to have to do that. You know, if you decide you want a regular EDC and one of these, you got to practice with them both. So anyway, holsters. This is a JM Custom Kydex holster, probably in about the $85 range. This is a We the People holster. It's Kydex, about $45 to $65. This King Tuck is about a $90, probably $75 to $90 holster. So that's kind of a summary of it, you know. I would use these, maybe I'm going somewhere, I'm driving like across Nevada, you can go 100 miles or more without seeing hardly anybody. It's pretty desolate out there. Maybe you're going to be in the wilderness. Maybe you're going in an area that's, maybe you feel like it's, you know, a little more sketchier area, and you'd rather have more capacity if that fits your purpose for whatever you're doing. Those are all things you have to consider and make decisions about. So anyway, I hope that's helpful. Like I said, these are the ones that work for me, and I hope that that you can do your own research, figure out what works for you. I just wanted to give you a few options in that area. So, Free Desert Boy always says, be safe out there, whatever you're doing. And if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye now.